Hey, what's
Welcome
up?
back, y'all.
Hey. All right. So we got quite a few movies in this week.
So we're doing pretty good this month as far as getting some movies in. I'm not always there, but they have been picking movies that I have seen, thankfully. So I will get a chance to talk to them about them.
We had some snow days again this week, so I was home more. So we had more chances to watch a few more movies. All right. So the first one is Disney's Frozen from 2013. So Frozen. This has been out a while. So it's been out 12 years, 11 and a half years, something like that.
Yeah, a really long time already.
Yeah. So so now we know that there's a second one also, and I've heard rumors of a third one coming out.
Really?
But, yeah. But the first one is the best one. That's going right across our face. I want to move it down a little bit.
Yeah, I could try to move it down.
Or the camera angle down. A little bit. No.
This?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. We're good.
Okay. There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Frozen. My favorite character is Olaf. I love Olaf.
You know, I've seen him.
Warm hugs.
It's funny because I have seen him talk because he's been involved in the news and in politics for whatever reason.
Frozen?
Because he's a celebrity.
Olaf?
Yeah, the voice actor. And so it's really funny when you see, because I've never seen him until then. And so it's kind of funny to see him talk, and then he doesn't really change his voice, so that's his actual voice.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't
It's pretty crazy.
seen him live, only as Olaf. So of course this is a story.
Hey, guest.
Oh, hey! This is a story of I'll do Bucketeer. This is a story of two sisters who lose their parents in a tragic accident. The one sister has magical powers, the other one does not, but her powers affect her sister almost to the point of death. There's trolls in this that help them. That's wrong movie. There's trolls in this one that help them to figure out how to get around the magic and how to use it for their benefit. And they're cute little trolls.
Rocks.
Like the most adorable little troll rocks you
that
ever
roll
did
around.
see. And then Olaf and his love for summer, even though he wouldn't survive in summer. But Elsa, with her magic, gave him a forever snow flurry.
What year did you say this is from? 2006?
2013.
Oh, 2013. Okay. Disney kind of goes up and down. They seem to care about being creative and original, and sometimes they make some real trash. This is actually a
This
pretty
is a
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the song in this one, of course, I'm sure you can guess it. Let It Go by Idina Mendes, and it was a US number 5 hit.
Oh, there you go. So there's the Billboard hit in movies.
Our long title. So I would probably give this an 8 out of 10. I like it. I've always loved the original Frozen. What would you give it?
I don't mind watching this one because it's sort of a favorite and gets picked sort of. I don't know.
I like that it has some Norwegian background in it. That's kind of fun.
That is kind of neat.
The ice fishermen and all of that, or the
Yeah.
ice, or they're
Icemen.
icing,
harvesting ice.
Yes. What do you call that?
Iceman.
Icers.
Yeah.
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 So that's kind of fun. It kind of gives cultural background. A little
Yeah.
bit.
I would probably rate it an 8. Pretty solid story. I like all of the characters.
Yeah. Even when we went to Disney, we got to see a little Frozen sing-along kind of thing. The kids loved that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was fun.
That's right. It's just a
And
big...
then it snowed on us at the end.
Yeah. Just a big old floor with a movie theater size screen where they kind of play the movie and have the little...
They had characters come out.
Oh,
and
you're
play
right,
the
they
parts.
did. Oh, and they had that one guy flail his arms back and forth.
It was fun. And the seats were immersion seats, so they kind of were, you could feel the wind and you could feel the different things that were happening. So
Oh, right. Yeah.
it was kind of fun.
That's true.
Okay, so that was Frozen from 2013. We rated it 8 out of 10. The next one is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse from 2018. So this is an animated version of Spider-Man.
Yep, and they gave this a certain aesthetic. It's a little.
Change the thing.
Oops.
Go ahead. Sorry.
You start talking here. I need to change this.
Changing the title screen. So this one to me was kind of a mix between animation and comic book style. So there was so much of it that to me represented the comic book kind of style videography.
Yeah. The frame was it? The animation is just a touch choppy to give it that look, and like she said, it is almost drawn like a comic book. I think it is drawn like a comic book,
yeah,
for sure.
I think it has some 3D-ish looking effects to it too.
It does. If you look at the characters, there's a small outline of almost blue and red, like those old 3D glasses we used to wear for the original 3D films, I guess.
Yep.
And so it made me think, am I supposed to have glasses
right.
on? Is there a 3D thing to this?
In fact, I think when we ended up purchasing this one, our boys really wanted to watch it. So actually, when we first watched it, everybody said, "Where's our 3D glasses? Aren't we supposed to have 3D glasses for this movie?"
And so we tried to find the red and blue kind.
And it didn't work.
Yeah.
So it wasn't meant for that. It just kind of gave you that feel when watching it. So.
Yep. And it's a very different world. I mean, Spider-Man has kind of gone all over the place, but in this story, I guess Peter Parker has gone through a lot of turmoil in his life and has kind of almost looked like he hit rock bottom. And then, did Miles get bit by a spider?
I think yes.
Is that how he got his powers also? Yes. Okay. And so the story focuses around Miles and him acquiring these new abilities.
And then meeting some of the other Spider-Men, too.
Peter Porker. It's my favorite.
Peter Porker is pretty funny. His big nose and his porky.
Yeah. I think it's funny that they created that guy. I have no idea if he had been in any other
or if he's
Spider-Man
part of the original comic. I don't know.
But the name Peter Parker is very easy to turn into Peter Porker, and why not make a character out of it?
And he's a pig.
Yeah.
It's cute. Okay, so the song in this one is The Sunflower by Post Malone and Sway Lee. And that was a U.S. #1 hit.
See, I have stopped listening to pop music, I don't know, 2000 or so. And this is such a new-ish movie. I've heard of Post Malone. I've never heard of the other guy and would not be able to identify these songs.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I know who Post Malone is, and I know what he looks like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know all of his songs.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember where this song is in the movie. Like, we've been finding that some of the movies that we're watching, the song is in the credits.
Which is kind of interesting.
And we're like, whoa.
Oh, they barely made it into the
barely
movie.
made it. But, all right, so rating this one. What would you rate this one? I probably give it, I don't know, I liked the creativity in it. I liked the different style of animation that it was. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10.
I give it a 7.
All right, there you have it. So average 7.5.
Yeah.
Out of 10. So that was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse from 2018. Our next one is Sliver from 1993.
All right, go ahead.
So this one was interesting to say the least. I had never heard of this movie before. It was kind of a murder mystery-esque
and
type of movie.
Voyeurism. So people spying on people. Think high rises, and everybody is in each other's business, and there's just a lot of creepy things going on in here. If you think, I would probably guess that this show made it onto HBO late at night. One of those shows.
Yeah.
And so we had to just skip through a lot of garbage.
Yeah, there was a lot of sexual content in this movie,
Yeah.
so it was not be recommended for young adults or younger, I would say.
Not recommended for anybody. This film was
Not
trash.
really.
This film was just trash.
It was.
It
was pretty bad.
Story was. There wasn't
Not a great
there wasn't really a
storyline.
story. It was just people spying on each other, and then there was a
Real big creeper. I mean,
murder
like,
mystery.
Just creepy.
And
creepy people creeping on each other.
One of the Baldwin brothers was in this, and they did
The younger one.
the perfect job of making him look like an absolute
Creeper.
pedophile, or not a pedophile because there was no children, but this guy was a creeper. Yeah,
Complete creeper for sure.
Real
yeah.
sleazy looking dude.
So the song for this one was "I Can't Help Falling in Love with You" by UB40.
And this one
It was a U.S. #1. This
one
was
in
in
the
the credits only.
Because we were wondering, well, I think
Where did the song come in?
She told me at first what song it was. I said, really? This doesn't really seem to fit with the movie. And then you hear it at the very
end in the credits. So
And
weird.
After having watched the film, that song gave it we keep saying creepy, but like
It's creepy.
a creepy feel to it. It doesn't have that nice like a reggae with darkness, I guess, after watching this film.
Yeah. Okay, so now we got to decide a rating on this. It wasn't as bad as some we've seen, but it was pretty down there.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the only interesting character was the lead female, because she's trying to figure out what's going on. So
But still, she was creepy too.
a little bit of credit there, and they did pull off their character well.
They did.
Just a trashy story.
Yeah.
I'd rate it 2.5.
Oh, I was gonna say 3. So it's pretty low for us, and yeah.
It's just so, I don't know.
Okay, so watch it at your own risk. It's not fabulous.
Go watch
We'll
something
put it
else.
that way. Watch something else.
Watch
Yeah.
Mandalorian or something.
With more value, yeah.
Watch Obi-Wan.
So that was Sliver from 1993. Good luck.
So it's got that 90s feel to it, for sure.
It does.
Yeah.
It's just on the terrible end of the 90s feel.
Yeah.
Not great. Okay. And then we followed that one up with Black Panther from 2018.
Change it up a little bit.
We did change it up. One back to superhero.
Yeah.
Black Panther's okay movie for me.
We get a first glimpse of this character in one of the Avenger movies, I think, before they made a dedicated film about him.
Yeah, I like the idea of Wakanda and a place like that is technologically advanced, but yet culturally remains how they were. So
Well, that's funny.
it's
That's
kind of a
exactly-
combination of old world culture and new world technology.
That's exactly what I thought about with this film. How can they? It's like when we were in the Philippines and we were seeing this. You're wondering, is this a house? Is this where somebody lives? Because it's such in bad shape, and a guy outside is on his cell phone. Really, really bizarre to see. So
yeah, it
same thing with Wakanda, mixing
old world culture with
tribes
new
and,
world technology. Yeah.
Still involved with very primitive acts.
Tradition. They kept tradition going as far as how to become the king.
Yep.
And fighting for the king position, things like that.
Yeah.
It was a neat idea that it wasn't necessarily just you were in the family, so you got to be the next king. It was you have to defend your title.
Yeah.
So I think that was a kind of a neat concept with that too, that it's not just a destined thing.
You want your king to be
change your title.
Oops. You want your king to be strong.
You do, but you also want them to be compassionate, and I think that's one of the things that they lost in the battles for the king, because as you saw, the one who fought and he was just, I don't know, he was a nasty person, and he didn't deserve to be the king.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he almost dominated over him, but yeah,
and
that's
just disrespectful,
that's a good point. Yeah.
just very disrespectful towards the king and his position, and
exactly the position. He didn't have any respect for the position. He just wanted to rule.
And he came from America, so I kind of see the play on that there, that those that are raised here versus in another cultural territory kind of have a sense of entitlement, kind of feel like they deserve this or that, which that should not be the case. You should be respectful and earn that respect, and
you must earn it.
Earn your position, not be entitled to a position because you want to be. Yeah. So
it was a pretty strange ritual for they put him in sand and they gave him some hallucinogens.
Yeah, a lot of drug usage going on in this to kind of bring him back to life.
Oh, is that what it was for, or was it to give him the superpower?
So they used some of that voodoo kind of stuff in this. So herbal medicinal remedies to try to cure.
Because he got hurt badly and he
died. It shows him in the afterworld.
That's right.
And so they had to bring him back because it wasn't his time yet. He still had to fight for Wakanda and the people. So his dad in the afterlife sent him back, basically. And then the mother, of course, the queen, was working with her magic herbs and things to get him back that way. I thought it interesting when they did the battle scenes for the king position that they gave him a tonic to take away Black Panther power.
And so that they were both on equal ground, right? They were both fighting just as humans with just their own abilities, no...
Yeah, but my question is, where does the Black Panther power come from? Was that one of their voodoo ritual things where they gave it?
Man, I guess I missed that part.
Yeah.
I can't remember how they... Or was it wearing the suit enough?
I don't think so, because he didn't have the suit on, but then he had to drink the stuff.
Yeah.
So if he didn't have the suit on...
Oh, you're right. He had to drink the stuff to tone it down,
to tone down his power to be human.
Yeah, you're right.
So he still had to be in shape. He still had to be then...
Yeah.
Strong enough to be able to battle and fight.
I totally missed that part.
There's so much. I think there's so much... so many hidden details in that movie that I've watched it probably 10 times now, and I think I still pick up something different every time I watch it.
Yeah, so guys, you'll have to remind me. I can't remember how, or I guess I could look it up too. But we would love to hear from you guys if you guys know more of the lore of how
the original story of the Black Panther. Yeah, the comic. So if you have the comic history behind Black Panther, we would love to hear it. Is this movie true to the comic? Is it not? Is there more to it that we're not yet seeing? I know that there's a second one that I don't think I've seen yet.
Is there
Wakanda
a second
Forever.
One? Oh, yeah, that's right. I haven't
seen it yet, so maybe that explains more. So let us know if you've seen Wakanda Forever, if that explained more of the details. But yeah, I'm intrigued by the history there and how it all plays out.
Did he have any real vulnerabilities?
Well, his humanness.
His humanness?
Was his vulnerability, for sure. Because whenever he was stripped of his Black Panther power,
But is that the only time?
He was pretty tough otherwise.
Yeah, he was. I mean, they keep creating these characters that are seemingly invincible, and you're wondering, okay, well, this guy needs some flaws or something.
He died twice in the movie.
Oh, what was the second time?
The first time was in the battle. Yeah. The second time was the second battle. He died in both of the battles for the king.
Oh, okay.
But, all right, so rating it. I mean, obviously it's interesting for us. It's got a lot of story. It's got a lot of characters. It has some pretty neat details.
I'd probably give it a, because Iron Man for me is still up there. Yeah. Blade for me is still up there.
I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I was going to say 7. Not my favorite superhero, and the story was okay. It is an entertaining film.
It is.
But as far as superheroes go, yeah.
All right, so that was... Oh, I forgot to say the songs.
Oh, yeah. So
All the Stars by Kendrick Lamar and SZA, U.S. number 7. Pray for Me by The Weeknd and Kendrick Lamar was also a U.S. number 7.
Kendrick Lamar is the one that performed at the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Mm-hmm. We won't rate that. It would not be very high. I thought it was a terrible show.
Lame show.
Lame, for sure. Not entertaining.
Yeah, not
in the least.
Not very animated.
Okay, the last one. We actually squeezed it in last night. Step Up to the Streets.
Aha.
From 2008. So this is obviously the second of the Step Up movies.
Did Honey come out before
Honey
these
was
films?
Around the same time, I think.
Okay.
But different. So yeah, there was a time period in the early 2000s that there was a lot of dance movies that came out.
Yeah, Save the Last Dance.
Yeah, well,
Honey.
I think that was actually the 90s.
That was earlier? Ooh, okay.
Late 1990s.
Going back a little bit further.
But yeah, a lot of dance movies kind of came out in that decade.
Yeah.
The first early 2000 decade there.
I mean, they're fun to watch.
They are a lot of fun. I love them. I love the hip hop style in these Step Up ones. That they're more hip hop, more
Yeah, a lot of these are
street dance style, which is a lot of fun to watch. I always kind of secretly wished I had the talent to dance like this. I do not have this talent. Or the flexibility. But I love watching it. I think it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. Unless you watch music videos, I guess, wherever else they might do some dancing, or I don't know, football games where they have cheerleading, there's probably some dancing in there. You don't really get to see people that have this career, showcase their skills.
Yeah.
Besides in films like this.
Yeah. So in the first one, it kind of featured Channing Tatum, his character, as the troublemaker who needed dance to kind of center himself and get himself out of trouble. So he does make a cameo in this one. He knows Andy, who's the main character, the girl main character in this one. He knows her and kind of worked as a mentor to help her in some parts of this movie.
So his time on the screen was very brief, though, right?
His time was brief. It wasn't centered around him this time like the first one was.
Okay.
This one was about the girl, Andy. And she has similar but different stories. She's had kind of a rough upbringing, lost her parents, was raised in a foster home. Similar to Channing Tatum's character in the first one. But in this one, she was in a dance crew, a street dance crew, which I guess kind of was like a dance gang in a way. The leader kept control of the members and was just...
It's like they had their...
He was annoying.
They had their own code. These dance gangs had their own code of conduct with each other.
Yeah. And they would do... what do they call that? Where they do break off dances just in the middle of...
Is it a dance off?
Like they'll be dressed up, look like normal people, and then they just start dancing.
Or a flash
mob? They call that something. Flash mob. Flash mob, yes. So they did a lot of flash mobbing, but people would get hurt or if their stuff stolen in the process. And so they weren't doing it just for dance. They were causing trouble as well. So she got in some trouble about that. The foster mom was going to send her away. Channing Tatum came and petitioned for her to go to the same school he did to kind of shape up before she would have to ship out. And she did. And they do a big dance off and, of course, dance battle at the end. That was really cool to watch.
Yep. So I guess the story, focused all around that conflict. And obviously there's a ton of dancing in this movie. And yeah. I noticed that there was a team that were in masks, almost like a whole Phantom face.
Yeah. And
I thought, hey, they look familiar. And it turned out that they were the Jabberwockies. I've only seen billboards of them up and down, the Vegas Strip. I guess they have a show over there.
It was the actual Jabberwockies?
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw them in the credits too because I was wanting to look for them to see, hey, is that really them? Apparently that was them. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so the song in this one is Low by Flo Rida and T-Pain, which was a U.S. #1. I think that's how you say it, Flo Rida. Flo Rida.
Who knows how to say a lot of these musicians' names?
So, rating it. I admit I like the first one better than this one. I would probably give this one a 7 out of 10.
I gave it 6.5.
Oh, sad. It was good. I love these dance movies. They're a lot of fun.
They're fun to watch.
They are.
The story. I liked the story of Save the Last Dance and Honey a little bit better than this one.
Okay.
So
yeah.
if we're gonna compare same genre movies, I like those two a little bit better.
The storyline better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Between those two, I think Save the Last Dance had the best story.
It does. It also has some conflicting content, I would say, too. There's some scenes that are, I don't know. I guess they're harder to watch for me.
Was it just what they showed on screen? Was it the type of content, or did it have anything to do with the story? Or?
More the type of content, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I get the story. I understand the story and the storyline and how she has to build a relationship with her dad and all that kind of stuff. But, anyway, that's not on our list for this time. So that is what we have for you this time. We will give you we have a superhero movie for you for Tuesday. So you're going to have to pop on and see which one that is. But we will talk about another one. I don't want to give away the song either because that might give away the movie for some. So
our reviews have been up lately, guys. So we thank you very much for tuning into our channel and seeing all the content that we put on there. Hopefully you got to check out Friday Faves, where she did a book review of the local author Sarah Hanks on New Creations.
Yes.
Is it?
Yep.
So check out that episode to hear her put on that one. And,
all right. And then check out our Tuesday movie review, which will be a superhero movie. So pop on and see which one that is that we chose for that. And then
battery low.
Subscribe, click like.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
All of the good stuff.
Wait. There it is. It's coming.
Like, subscribe. Ding it.
Ding the notification bell so you don't miss anything.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys.